Happy Mother's Day, YouTube. We're going to do a cook. We're going to throw a couple Boston butts on this green egg. This is the first gen old green egg that we've had forever. Still cooks great. Everything still works on it. It's an incredible grill. That's the original cooking grate. This is the only thing that's not original, is the diffuser for the smoking indirect smoker. I highly recommend these charcoal starters. They work really well. You just pour your charcoal inside and put some paper underneath it, and in about 15-20 minutes you got fully lit charcoal that's ready to pour out. And yeah, we're gonna do these Boston butts. And the genius thing about these grills is that charcoal is from my last cook that I did on here, and it's been a little while back, because the airflow is so good on these. You can totally close off the dampers top and bottom, and completely puts the fire out, and it saves all your coals. So you can usually do about 3 cooks on a full thing of coals, so it works out real good. And then whatever you burned up, you add back with the chimney starter when you use it. So yeah, so hang in there and we'll get some food cooking. So this is going to be our hog injection. This is Myron Mixon's recipe. I've used his recipes in the past, and if y'all haven't heard his name, you'll know who it is as soon as you look him up. But this is all the ingredients, and I'll list the quantities in the description box on the video. Yeah, we got it in there. And got the green egg where we want it. Got the diffuser in. Gonna use apple chips. I just mixed them, poured almost the whole bag in and just mixed them throughout the charcoal. Everything just kind of, it just cinders through, slowly cinders down through the charcoal through the whole cooking process. You really just, it keeps a good smoke the whole time. Pretty much on meats, especially like something like a Boston butt. After about 4 hours, you're not going to get much more smoke flavor in it anyway, but this will be long enough to get it where it needs to be. So I'm going to go inject these and get them ready to go on. Alright, it is injection time. This is the injector I like to use. I inherited this thing. I've not been able to find one since. I looked it up by its name. Lure Lock Control BD, Becton Dickinson Company or something like that. Haven't been able to find another one, but the thing's incredible. It's machined out of glass, and it's just a fit that's so tight that it creates a vacuum without any resistance. So it's the easiest injector I've ever found to use. I used to build smokers years back, and we got into doing festivals and fairs, selling barbecue, and we do a lot of Boston butts all at one time. And this was the injector I used, because anything else would just fatigue you. So, but well, we did that for about 3 years. Got to be a whole lot of work. Money was good, but it was seasonal, and it was kind of when stuff would come to town, you could go to the festival and do it. So it wasn't a good steady income, but it was fun for that time in our lives. There's always a debate about the fat cap on the bottom of these. These are not much of a fat cap on either one of these. And the way the green egg, what I found with the green egg is that that diffuser radiates heat. Even though it's ceramic, same material that the rest of the egg is made out of, it still radiates heat, and it's, you know, it's a shield. So it does make it indirect, but the fat cap, I think it helps. You're really not going to dry out a Boston butt unless you just have the temp way too high for way too long. But in this case, with the heat kind of radiating from the bottom, I say leave the fat cap on if it's a green egg kind of situation. I found the store-bought pork rub works pretty good. I've made my own and tried different scenarios. This right here, this works pretty good. I've been using it for years. I'm going to put mustard on the outside. I'm going to rub these down with mustard, and it kind of helps the dry rub stick. And the acid and the mustard kind of helps with the meat being tender and stuff. I went straight in and straight out on my microwave. Just work your way around. You see it plump up as you go. You kind of go in from the end and get under the bone if you want. I really don't flip them over and worry about the bottom too much. As they cook, everything just kind of soaks through the whole thing, seems to anyway. But I get it in there. I just do it from the edges rather than flip. Alright, we got these rubbed down. Did the French's mustard first, and then just the Grill Mates. Helps everything stick. It's a mess. That's how you know it's going to be good. A lot of times I use a water pan. Looking around, I can't really find anything that's going to work good this time for a water pan that's on hand today. So I'm probably just going to stick them on there, but we're still looking a little bit. Just dawned on me, I've never tried this before. I found me a pan. I put the hog injection in the pan. So we're going to get the hog injection that's in it, dry rub, and it's going to be steaming because that diffuser gets hot enough and it boils whatever's sitting on top of it. So that'll be a barrier for the heat, and it's also going to, the hog injection is going to be just infused around the outside. So looking forward to trying this out. So they've been on a few hours. I've been struggling with the temperature on this thing. Normally it's real straightforward. I think they are looking good though. It's hovering around 200 degrees. It'll work there. It's just going to take a lot longer. I'm sure it's going to be fine. It's just going to take longer to cook. So I'm probably not going to have to worry about it. I'll probably get up in the middle of the night and check it one time just to make sure it didn't spike a higher temp. But must be a bunch of ashes in the bottom. Typically I clean it out real good before a long smoke, but the coals look clean. and they look like they were, I don't remember what I did last time on it, but they look like they hadn't burned long, so I didn't think it was a very long cook at all. I should have checked it better, I guess, but it's working, and it will cook these. It's just going to take longer. So I've cooked enough times on it just to know its mannerisms and whatever. Normally you just barely crack the damper and leave this about halfway. Instead I got it all the way, and then can't really see it good down there, but this damper's open about 20%, the bottom one. Normally it's just cracked, and normally that puts it right around 250, but it's coming back up where we had it open. It's hovering around 200, so we'll check back in the morning. It's the following night. It's actually Mother's Day. I started the video Saturday. The green egg kind of was a fail. I don't want to say it was a fail, but it was my fault. It wasn't obviously the grill's fault, but it just never would get up to temp. I think the natural lump charcoal sat in it too long and got humidity. We're in Florida, and that, and it probably has some ashes down by the damper. There wasn't any under the damper. Usually when you open the damper, if you've cooked on it a couple times, that area is full of ashes, but all that was clear, and on top it was clear, and the charcoal looked really like it was a short cook, I think, last time, and it looked that way. But anyway, I came out at 5:30 in the morning, and the grill was sitting at about 180 and just wasn't getting there. The butts looked pretty good, but it was taking too long, and I had promised some family of ours at our church that I was going to bring them some, so finished it in the oven. Just my fault. I should have dismantled the grill, pulled all the coals out, and cleaned the ashes, and started over with fresh charcoal. But still came out good. I've tasted some of it, and it's good, man. Even the spot, I guess it was just like a super slow smoke, and then I just finished it in the oven to get it up to, they were probably at 150, 5:30 in the morning. Stuck them in the oven for 275 for a couple hours, and it still wasn't quiet enough to really want to get these around 190 at least to pull them and have a successful time at doing that. So I cranked it on up to 350 for a while, and got it done in time to get it to church and stuff. So, but it was fun cook. We're fixing to go eat this. I'm gonna make some chopped, I guess you could say. I just did it this way because it's just easier for me. Chopped / pulled pork sandwiches, and thanks for hanging in there with the cook, and we'll see you guys on the next video.